This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Coming up, the news for July 23rd, 2025. But of course, I got to plug our appearance at Tampa Bay Comic Con next month. We are just days away. Tampa Bay Comic Con takes place Friday, August 1st through Sunday, August 3rd. I will be a part of the Disney Parks YouTube Super Panel on Saturday, August 2nd at 6 p.m. in Ballroom D. Also, former Imagineers Paul Osterhout and Jason Sorrell will lead two panel discussions on Saturday. The first panel is at 2 p.m. It's called Designing for Superfans, The Secret Language of Immersive Worlds. The second panel will be at 7 p.m. and is called The Hero's Journey in Ride Form. Both panels will take place in Ballroom D and will offer an inside look at how Imagineers approach those topics. I could also now announce that I will be moderating Linda Larkin's Spotlight panel on Sunday, August 3rd at 11 a.m. in Ballroom A. Linda Larkin, of course, the voice of Princess Jasmine in Disney's Aladdin. Our entire team will be there all 3 days on the exhibitor floor. You can find us at booth 1016. You can stop by and say hi. We will also have brand new products from Carousel of Products available. We're going to launch them there. There are also special giveaways that will be exclusive to each day. Each giveaway is a limited edition of 1,000 and first come, first served. So make sure you don't miss out on that. On Saturday, both Paul and Jason will be hanging out in our booth as well and signing autographs. On Sunday, Paul will be there to sign posters of the Walt Disney World attractions and projects he helped create, that being Muppet Vision 3D and New Tomorrowland. You can get your tickets at TampaBayComicConvention.com. They've given us a discount code for you to use. It's WDWNT to save 15% on your tickets. We hope to see you there. Now, the news. A new report says that a woman was arrested after being accused of hurting a teenager over a parade spot at Walt Disney World. According to deputies in Orange County, a 17-year-old girl was injured during an altercation at the Magic Kingdom on Monday night, July 21st, when guests gathered near Cinderella Castle to watch Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, the new nighttime parade. The 17-year-old reported that she was standing on the sidewalk when Martha Lucia Zapata Echeverri put her hand on her in an attempt to make room to stand. The victim told investigators that she told Zapata Echeverri not to touch her in Spanish. According to a report, the victim moved back to allow another guest to pass by. Then Zapata Echeverri allegedly grabbed her by the arm and pulled her aside, causing a bruise and abrasion. Zapata Echeverri said that she was following her daughter to get to the front of the crowd to view the parade and claims the teen was pushing into her, saying it was her spot. Deputies say Zapata Echeverri demonstrated how she pushed the teen back with her left arm, but was unclear when explaining the victim's nail marks. The report cites that the 17-year-old was the only person injured in the altercation, and there were no independent witnesses or surveillance footage of the event. Zapata Echeverri was arrested and taken to Orange County Jail in a child abuse charge. Always parade and fireworks, man. Always. The newest Disney ticket deal brings a reward to new Disney World annual pass holders in the form of a Disney gift card. Guests who purchase a new annual pass, not including renewals of pre-existing, will receive a digital gift card 72 hours after completing their purchase. Different pass levels get different values. The gift card amounts for each pass are as follows. If you buy Pixie Dust Pass, that'll be a $25 gift card. The Pirate Pass is a $50 gift card. Sorcerer's Pass offers a $75 gift card, and the Incredipass a $100 gift card. An end date for the promotion has not been set at this time. The different levels of annual passes, of course, have different perks and restrictions. Not every ticket is valid 365 days a year for admission to the Walt Disney World theme parks. New themed posters full of references to the Disney parks, particularly its Western-themed attractions and shows, as well as classic Disney films, have been added to the construction walls in Frontierland near the rivers of America. These posters have only been added to the brown construction walls that block access to Tom Sawyer Island, closer to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Much of this art was previously by the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom interactive window at the now defunct Frontierland Shooting Gallery. We first noticed them go up on Monday. This section of wall includes 7 posters in total advertising Gold Miners Wanted for the Big Thunder Mining Company. The Hard Times Cafe, this is a reference to Disney's Apple Dumpling Gang, a 1975 film. The Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review at Fort Wilderness. Slewfoot Sue from the Pecos Bill section of Melody Time, and Dr. Terminus, the main antagonist of Pete's Dragon from 1977. This section of wall features one standard-sized poster and two smaller. The large poster reads hundreds of acres of land for sale on 10 years credit at 6 cents per count in interest and low prices, Silver Hill, Colorado. The smaller posters advertise more gold miners wanted for Big Thunder and the Little Miracle Elixir Company from Dr. Terminus. Turning the corner towards Big Thunder Mountain are 4 more new images, all tied to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which takes place in a Louisiana salt mine. Posters include advertisements for Cestbeau brand sweet peas, Julius & Company powdered laundry soap, and an ad for coffee beans, nuts, spices, candy available by the pound. The next 2 walls feature more advertisements. On the left are small posters for Schaaf's Spotless Shine Oil Soap for hardwood, likely a reference to Imagineer Stacy Schaaf. Dr. Miga's Mustache Wax, a possible reference to Evan Miga, the art director at Walt Disney Imagineering. The family-owned Macon Groceries, maybe that's a Macon Memories reference, I don't know. There's also the Cestbeau brand red beans and the Terrebonne molasses. On the right are 5 more small posters, including Bayou Best Farm Fresh Vegetables, Cestbeau brand sugar corn, Dauphine Cafe Company, the Shiloh and Arthur brand Creole tomatoes, and Baby May Fancy Mixed Candy. The final section of walls with new posters is just 3, with 2 repeating from the previous walls. The new poster here is the Great South Seas Cattle Drive, which advises readers to contact Lincoln Costain, a reference to the castaway cowboy in 1974. The other 2 smaller posters, again, are Slewfoot Sue and Big Thunder once again. These new posters join the previously added PPG Paints placards with quotes that line the walls here and in Liberty Square. Of course, Tom Sawyer Island, the Rivers of America, and the Liberty Square Riverboat closed forever on July 7, 2025. As previously announced, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid is now temporarily closed for a brief refurbishment at the Magic Kingdom. As of Monday, the Fantasyland Dark Ride is now closed for routine maintenance. Though no reopening date has been confirmed, it's expected to welcome guests once again starting this Saturday, July 26th. The attraction has operating hours listed for that date on the Walt Disney World website. Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid opened in 2012 as part of the new Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom. The original version opened a year earlier at Disney California Adventure as The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure, replacing Golden Dreams. The attraction on both coasts is a slow-moving, dark ride that takes guests through the entire story of The Little Mermaid. You can watch our video of the attraction right here on our channel if you can't remember what's in it. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to wwnt.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. If you want to come yell free in person, we do have tickets for select dates this summer to come be a part of our studio audience. Head on over to events.wdwnt.com to find out when. Test Track 3.0, as we're colloquially calling it, officially opened at EPCOT on July 22nd, reopening with an over 2-hour wait time. While new Walt Disney World attractions usually open with a virtual queue, the reimagined Test Track is using standby and lightning lane only. The wait time reached 150 minutes soon after EPCOT opened on Tuesday, but it did go down a bit. Today was 90 minutes when I walked by. Test Track closed for this update in June of 2024. And taking inspiration from the opening day attraction World of Motion, Test Track 3.0 lets riders discover the future of transportation on the thrilling road to tomorrow. The ride is part of the highest tier of Lightning Lane Multipass. Ride is featured in the new EPCOT guide map as well, which was released yesterday. On the front of the new guide map is a picture of 2 children riding Test Track. The new Test Track logo is over the show building, while the outdoor track is pictured curving around the pavilion's logo. That's not there in real life yet, but it's on the map, and there is construction fencing up around that section outside, so we assume this is going to happen in real life. It just hasn't happened just yet. A reminder, we do have an honest review from myself of the new Test Track up here on the channel. We just released that yesterday. Please go check it out. There's also a POV video of the attraction if you'd like to take a look at it. The Diver Lockout Chamber demonstration has returned to Seabase Alpha in the Seas Pavilion at EPCOT. The demonstration has been suspended since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Cast members have been testing the show in the mornings before park opening, and it did return on Tuesday, July 22nd. During the 10-minute demo, a diver in a wetsuit with an air tank goes into the lockout chamber in the middle of the aquarium. As the chamber fills with water, a cast member outside of the chamber talks to guests. They discuss diving technology, diving and swimming safety, and the dangers of plastic bags to sea life. They bring a young guest up on the platform to participate in the show, and at the end of the performance, the guest gets a celebration button. For now, the show only has scheduled times at 10:30 a.m. and 4 p.m., but they may have surprise performances during the middle of the day. Back in the day, this used to happen every 30 minutes, roughly. You can see a full video of the demonstration, you guessed it, right here on our channel. A new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind merchandise collection has been released at EPCOT. It's available at the Treasures of Xandar, that's the exit shop. I hate to call it exit shop, it's kinda at the exit. You have to leave the building and come back in. But among the items, there's a mystery pin box for $22.99. There's 8 pins in that collection. A Star Blaster individual pin is $12.99. There's a Rocket and Groot pin as well for $12.99. An Isan pin, that's the villain of the attraction, he's $12.99. A Guardians of the Galaxy pin is $12.99. There's also a throw blanket for $44.99. A mug for $24.99 with the Star Blaster on it. A tumbler for $29.99. A photo frame is $29.99 as well. The youth sweatshirt is $34.99. The youth t-shirt is $26.99. And the youth hoodie is $44.99. There is an adult t-shirt for $39.99. And a pullover hoodie is $59.99. This program is brought to you by Unlock Magic. You can get your Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando tickets for the lowest price available. After a pre-sale for resort guests, 2025 Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Jollywood Night tickets are now on sale to all guests. And with our friends at Unlock Magic, you can get those tickets to both holiday parties at 10% off. Unlock Magic is powered by our friends at Be Our Guest Vacations and DVC Rental Store, and is always the best way to get the lowest price. You can visit unlockmagic.com/WDWNT to learn more and get your tickets. The magic of Disney animation is returning as a new experience, replacing the Star Wars launch bay at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The magic of Disney animation was an attraction in the animation courtyard from the park's opening in 1989 all the way to 2015, when it was replaced by Star Wars launch bay. It included a behind-the-scenes look into the Disney Feature Animation building, where classics like Lilo and Stitch were created. And the Florida Animation Studio, though, closed in 2004, and the experience came back without any real animation after that as meet and greets and other interactive experiences. But now the magic of Disney animation will return in 2026 as a place where kids and kids at heart can laugh, draw, dream, and explore animated new experiences. The new experience is partially inspired by the Walt Disney Animation Studio's Emmy Award-winning short film, Once Upon a Studio, which honored 100 years of the Walt Disney Company. The updated building will have a Mickey's Sorcerer Hat facade, just like the real Roy E. Disney Animation building in Burbank, California. The facade also calls back to the former Disney's Hollywood Studios park icon that used to be out in front of the Chinese Theater. The reimagined interior will also resemble the animation studio, where animators have temporarily stepped away, but the building is still buzzing with activity as the characters have come to life and they're ready to play. Guests will interact with and explore silly takes on the iconic Disney Animation headquarters, including the many different studio departments. Only this time, some of our favorite pals have taken over to create the fun adventures. Guests will see portraits come to life just like in Once Upon a Studio, find inspiration in a short film with a twist, and create their own character sketches. Young guests can explore the Drawn to Wonderland playground, featuring an oversized flower garden with musical instruments, a Mad Tea Party playset, and a Tulsi Wood area. The indoor playground is inspired by Alice in Wonderland concept art by Disney legend Mary Blair. The magic of Disney animation will also be full of character meet and greets. Which characters, we do not know just yet. With those updates to the animation courtyard, Star Wars Launch Bay will close permanently, and as well a new Disney Junior show will debut next year. The last day to experience Launch Bay will be September 24th, 2025. That opened again in 2015, replacing Disney animation just in time for the release of the first film in the sequel trilogy, if you will, that started in 2015 for Star Wars. Currently, it's home to Chewbacca, Darth Vader, and BB-8 meet and greets. There is no word on those being relocated. They're probably, I would guess, just going to go away, but that hasn't been confirmed at this time. September 24th will also be the last day to experience Disney Junior Play and Dance. It'll close to make way for a fresh Disney Junior show. Disney Junior Play and Dance is actually not performing right now, temporarily replaced by the Get Animated Dance Party for Cool Kids Summer. The same characters from the show appear during the dance party. It's not clear when or if Disney Junior Play and Dance will return before that permanent closure, but that's what Disney is saying at this time. Disney didn't announce other details of the new show, but it could very well be the new Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse live show that premiered at Disney California Adventure earlier this summer. This is inspired by Disney Junior's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse that ran from 2006 to 2016, and the revival Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus, which just premiered. Meanwhile, the Disney's Hollywood Studios archway leading to the animation courtyard will be demolished. Concept art for the updated courtyard does not include the archway. The courtyard will be updated with the return of the magic of Disney animation, as we just talked about. The archway is a secondary icon for the park, located in front of the courtyard. Since 2019, it has featured the current park logo. From 2008 to then, it featured the Disney's Hollywood Studios first logo, and of course, it had the Disney MGM Studios logo from 1989 until 2008. This is a very iconic piece of architecture for the park. It used to indicate your travel to the backlot tour, which used to enter from where the magic of Disney animation was back in '89. Later, it was just simply the transition to, again, the leaving of Hollywood Boulevard and the Hollywood that never was and always will be into the working studio portion of the park. That, of course, went away a long time ago. But the arch has stood, and now finally the bell tolls for the arch, which makes me sad. It has been an important part of the park's story, but also it is a big visual intrusion. It doesn't invite people to come into that space. It really blocks the view of Mermaid and animation and Disney Junior. And so it makes total sense. I want to be upset. I mean, I am upset. I'm sad, but it makes so much sense. And that's the thing is I believe truly there are most things at the Disney parks, no matter how long they've been there, can be replaced if what replaces them makes sense and is a loving tribute to the past while moving things forward. Then I think that works. That's what this is. It is the revival of an intricate part of the park's history, which is that legacy of animation that's being revived, but brought to life in a brand new way. So love for the park's history, but also moving forward in the arch. We lose the arch in that process, but the animation building gets to live on and in fact has new life breathed into it. It makes this all work. I also love the green space. We didn't talk about the green space. They didn't talk about the green space. I like the addition of green space here. It's currently just a big swath of concrete. I think this will be a tremendous addition. This is a park that severely lacks things for children. I saw a lot of comments yesterday. People are like, this doesn't really add anything. If you have small kids and you go to Hollywood Studios, I'm sure you are very excited. I'm excited because it restores this building to its former splendor and celebrates what I think is the best piece of media the company has produced since Bob Chapek, since that disaster. I think Once Upon a Studio is so hard. I had tears in my eyes the first time I watched that. I love it. And I love the full circle moment. Robin Williams' character from Return to Neverland, which is the film that played in the original Magic of Disney Animation exhibit, appears in that short. And so I love the full circle moment of they paid homage there, and now it has inspired the return of the magic of Disney Animation. That puts a smile on my face. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. But I think it's hard to say this isn't a positive. Would I have liked Monsters, Inc. to go here more? Yeah. I would have liked if Muppets lived. It deserved to live. But this on its own, that project aside, this is a very nice project, something that will mean something to people, something that fills a gap. And I hope it's a foundation for something bigger. I hope Once Upon a Studio would be a tremendous subject matter for a dark ride. Whether that be trackless, whether it be traditional, whatever. A small little dark ride where you are riding through the studio and it comes to life, or even as a show or 3D film or multimedia presentation of any kind. It's tremendous fodder. It'd be great. It ticks all the boxes. People get to see past and present Disney animated characters they love. It's a compelling concept. It's very heartfelt. It would be great as a full-blown attraction. I think it's great here as a family play space, interactive space. Love that. But I hope this leads to more. I hope we continue to honor this wonderful little piece of art that got made to celebrate 100-year. Honestly, the absolute best part of Disney's 100-year celebration was this. This alone trumped everything else that was done for that celebration. Disney pin trading has once again exploded in popularity, leading to guest reports of long lines, line cutting, pin sellouts, and an increase in resellers. WDW&T reporters have experienced long lines and pin selling out on recent Pin Tuesdays, as they're called. Here you see the pin line at Disney Traders at EPCOT on Tuesday, July 22nd. Our reporter ended up in line from 9:18 to 9:52 a.m. By the time they reached the front of the line, 2 of the 3 limited edition pins released that day had sold out. Our reporter purchased the final 2 in stock of the 3rd pin. That's for me and for my cousin, who still collect pins after all these years. Earlier this year, Disney shifted limited edition pin releases from Pin Traders under Spaceship Earth to Disney Traders, which has more space for the lines. They've also asked guests to stop trading outside of Pin Traders and instead move to the Creation Shop Breezeway, freeing up space under Spaceship Earth. Over at Disney Springs, the line was even longer. Our reporter got in line at 9:13 a.m. before the store opened at 10. She was able to purchase the pins at 11:11 a.m. The line stretched all the way down to Goofy's Candy Company. We heard reports that the July 15th line crossed the bridge and reached the boathouse. Jumbo and mini jumbo pins were released on July 15th, including the Most Magical Place on Earth collection, which led to an even busier Pin Tuesday. One of these pins was restocked later, but most sold out immediately after pin locations opened. User Matt's Parks Days was also at Disney's Hollywood Studios on July 15th and shared video of the line wrapping around Starbucks. He said there were only 8 of the jumbo pins. What? Why? Who's controlling this? WWMT's reporters have not personally witnessed unruly guest behavior like line cutting, but guests online have reported having issues. TikTok user Disney Pintopia discussed line cutting in her video, and she said she was in line on July 15th when about 6 guests joined the guest waiting in front of her. But she also noted that sometimes guests waiting for hours need to step away to go to the restroom, or that one guest may be parking the car while another waits. She also pointed out that some guests buying multiple pins are not necessarily resellers, but personal shoppers who specifically buy for customers out of state. Many personal shoppers only charge the price of the item plus tax plus shipping rather than significantly hiking prices like resellers do, but either way, the person's not there. I'm going to weigh in. And what gives me the right to weigh in, kids? I've been there since the beginning. I've been pin trading since October 1st, 1999, and it is adorable that you're all coming up with these complaints now, because kids, we lived this all already. Reselling is not new. eBay was around back then, and it was a thing. And I see people with the complaints like, someone had an infant and they used that infant to buy 2 more pins. Yeah, that's been around since 1999. That's not new. And there's nothing they could really do about it, right? Is it ethical? I don't know. Who's to say? The personal shopper thing, if you're buying for somebody, I don't have a problem with that. There are definitely personal shoppers who charge more. I don't know why we said that they often don't. They often do. Let's not be naive. They have to make money on the process. But here's what I will say. I personally am overjoyed to see the lines. I have loved this hobby forever, and I think it's great that people are getting into it. I love that. I will say it's funny, the watch the cycle start again. A lot of people fell out of it in the mid-2000s when scrappers came about, or fake pins. And that's still a problem. That never went away. That's why for multiple reasons, I don't bring pins to the park anymore and trade. Number one is there's junk on the lanyards. And number 2 is I would very much like to do the new hidden Mickey pins, but the truth is that honestly, during the Bob Chapek years, there were a lot of things said about WDW&T that weren't true, that we made up stories, that we were mean to cast members, that this, and that. I try often to not interact with cast members now because I find that those that already have a preconceived notion of who we are will just make up a story that I said something mean to them or something of the sort. So I just stay out of it. And so I've given up the non-buying side of the hobby, the trading side, because I don't want to deal with the drama for nothing, just so I can collect pins. I miss it. I miss it dearly. I love that. And WDW&T would truly not exist if it hadn't been for pin trading. our roots, Jason, my co-owner, we only met because of pin trading. This company, the learning the parks the way that we did, the way like looping a park and learning every inch of it and knowing everything about it, really came by going to look for pins to trade, going in every store, going in every restaurant, really covering every inch of the park. So it's integral to who we are at WDWNT. And are there solutions to line cutting? Are there solutions to people using babies to buy more pins, to resellers, to this, to that? No, we didn't solve it back then. You're not going to solve it now. And I know people are going to say, limit one per person. Limiting one per person defeats the purpose of pin trading. The idea, the 2 per person limit was not because, the idea was not, oh, you could buy one to give to someone else. You certainly can do that. The idea is to trade. You were there when, oh, I'm here when a cool pin is coming out. You know, people that are on vacation, the primary clientele of Walt Disney World. You know, I didn't live here back then. You go, and you're there for a cool pin release. You're like, I should buy a second one to trade, and then I could trade for something cool that I missed when I wasn't here. And that's the idea. Or trade for something like back then. I didn't travel the world. I never thought I'd go to an international park. So I used to get those extras and be like, oh, that person has stuff from Tokyo. That person has stuff from Paris. I want to get these things. These are cool. I'll never go there, so these are cool things. Don't let your dreams be dreams, kids. That's what you do. That's the hobby. That's the way it works. So I'm never going to knock people buying 2. I don't believe selling 1 per guest is the solution because it kills the whole idea of the hobby. I don't believe in it. But resellers, do I approve of reselling? No. Do I approve of personal shoppers? Not really. If people are doing that and just charging people what they paid, it's hard to knock that. But most aren't. So that's my 2 cents as someone that has 25 years in the hobby. Let me know how you feel in the comments if you're one of the current crazy pin people. And I say that lovingly. I'm a crazy pin person still. So let me know in the comments how you feel. The lobby of Disney's Pop Century Resort is undergoing a retro-inspired refresh starting this week. Here's the announcement. From July 21st through early October, the lobby of Disney's Pop Century Resort will be getting a retro-inspired refresh. The lobby will remain open during construction, and all amenities will still be available. Guests may hear or see maintenance in the area until work is complete. Of course, Pop Century Resort rooms are also going through refurbishment. Work began in March and will run through mid-February. Everything Pop shopping and dining underwent its major remodel. That is now done, and the new coffee shop is open as well. The lobby refresh, we assume, will match the food court update. But I don't like the update to everything Pop. It's a little bland. It's less bland than some of the stuff that came before it, but it's still a little bland, and I'm concerned about this lobby. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm a little concerned. A 25-year-old Rhode Island woman said she landed in the hospital with severe food allergies after Disney served her a contaminated salad at Biargas restaurant in the Magic Kingdom, according to a new lawsuit. May Bozzioni and her family accused Disney of ignoring her warning that she has a life-threatening tree nut allergy, said the company was later indifferent during her 3-day hospital stay, failing to check up on her. Quote, this unexpected turn of events required the family to adjust their plans and incur extra costs for the extended car rental and flight change fees. The family's lawsuit filed July 3rd in Orange County Circuit Court states. Additionally, the hospital charges amounted to over $40,000. Moreover, the entire family experienced extreme emotional distress as they wondered if May would survive. The medical emergency unfolded on August 19th of 2024 at the Beauty and the Beast themed restaurant, Be Our Guest, the lawsuit said. Bozzioni told her server about her food allergies and ordered from the allergen-free menu. The server also assured her that food was going to be safe for her, the lawsuit said. The server brought bread and salad to the table, which the server assured the family was nut-free. Immediately after finishing the salad, May's lips became itchy. She then took 2 Benadryl pills. However, shortly thereafter, the reaction progressed, causing swelling in her throat. The lawsuit said Bozzioni realized she was having an anaphylactic reaction, so she used an EpiPen. A staff member escorted them to the Beast study to wait for an ambulance. This is a very serious story, but there's no dancing around the fact that in a lawsuit, a person having a very severe allergic reaction, almost dying, was taken to the Beast study. There's no way I can't laugh. I'm sorry, but it's an insane sentence to read. But either way, it's very serious. I feel bad, but Also, they were taken to the beast study. The ambulance arrived about 10 minutes later and took May to Advent Health Celebration Hospital in Kissimmee. The family felt that they were brought to the beast study because the manager wanted to move May to a less public place to use her EpiPen. Bonzioni's condition deteriorated. May's condition worsened, requiring additional epinephrine, intravenous steroids, Pepsid, and Benadryl at the hospital. Due to her critical state, she was admitted for close monitoring and placed on a heart monitor. The next day, May experienced a rapid biphasic reaction just before being discharged. A full medical team treated her, and the hospital decided to keep her for another night. The next morning, May experienced another rebound reaction with chest pain. A nurse administered another dose of epinephrine, and Bonzioni was discharged finally on August 23rd. During her hospital stay, Disney did not contact the family to see how Bonzioni was doing or offer to help the family until their travel agency contacted Disney. This isn't the first time Disney has been sued over a guest medical emergency from food allergies. Of course, Disney was sued in 2024 after a woman died from her severe food allergies after eating at Raglan Road. We've covered that at length before. So here's the thing. I kind of wonder what happened. I'm not doubting the person's story, but my significant other has allergies, and we eat at Walt Disney World, I would dare say, more than most people. That's a nice way of saying more than all people. No, more than most. There's other bloggers and vloggers I think who eat at the park more than I do these days. What I will say is very often if the cross-contamination warning, very often there'll be something where they'll say we cannot guarantee that there isn't cross-contamination. Depending on the severity of your allergy, it is your decision at that point. They have administered the warning. Now, if the warning wasn't administered, person has a case here for sure. Should Disney have checked in? I do. I do think someone should have followed up. I don't know if that's protocol. I don't know if that happens regularly. I'd love to know. It would have been nice if someone followed up and made some magic for them. That would be the nice thing. I don't think they should offer to pay medical bills because, again, if the warning was administered, then they're in the clear. But at least make some magic and say like, we'll offer the family extended, a couple free nights of hotel for the extended stay, or at least take care of the airfare, something of that sort. Then if you still have a problem with that, you don't accept that nice offer, then you go to court and solve this, figure it out. But yeah, either way, that's what happened. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. In fact, there's a Zoom with Tom this Sunday night for our Club 33 and up levels. But a special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make the show happen every week. And a shout out to this guy over here, our Intergalactic Lounge Singer, our Sunny Eclipse plush, still available for pre-order. These are going to ship in August now. There were some troubles with international shipping. I think you guys may have heard about things that happened in the world. I don't know. But these are going to come around August now, but we're still taking pre-orders, so get yours now before they are gone. We're not going to reorder them. When they're gone, they're gone. So carouselproducts.com. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.